Okay, thank you for coming to our meeting today. So, in my opinion, human error is one of those risks that we cannot always control. Mistakes will happen in our business and also in our real life. And while we cannot predict that our employees will accurately do their job very well, but we can certainly say that they also make their own mistake. When entering a new market, a simple mistake can set a project back and set out ripples into the entire process. Usually, one or two small mistakes won't mean the end of the world, but a serious minor errors can add up. That could involve failing to convert currency accurately using the wrong measurement or wrong ingredients. That's all from me.
Excuse me, but can you give me one example of the human error aside from what you just said, like during operational?
So, for the example, for the human error, such as in a company that manufacturing a vehicles, which is their worker suddenly forgot to put one screw on the vehicle, so this could lead to a human error that will
If you need big the consequence.
yes.
Thank you for your opinion, but I believe that the biggest market entry risk would be operational risk, because first of all, what operational risk is the potential dangers or losses arising from internal process, system or human error within the new market development. It's like your point, which is human error. So this operational risk can be a challenge that related to logistic, supply chain management, and distribution networks. For example, supply chain vulnerabilities. This supply chain, for example, supplier reliability. We are trying to enter Canada's market, right? So we don't really know much about the supplier. So we don't really know if the supplier is reliable or not. So that's from my point, because I believe that the operational risk will be the biggest risk.
But does this operational risk include only internal factors, or does it have external factors?
Aside from like supplier reliability, maybe transportation risk or inventory management. Aside from supply chain vulnerabilities, I believe that personal risk involves in regulatory compliance. Regulatory compliance as in, like we need to understand the legal regulation, legal framework, basically the regulatory in the Canada, so that we can move our operation as smoothly as possible. So we need to understand first what we can do, what we cannot do. We need to know that is there anything that can hinder us from enter the market, or maybe expand the business.
Okay, I understand your point, but from what I understand is that you are saying this is almost like political and also regulatory risk, which is the point that I believe to be the biggest risk, because political stability and also regulatory in Canada can definitely impact operations in our business, right? Of course, because we need to be alert with any altering or any change in the political and also regulation to enter the market. So I think any changes, any instability in politics will affect not only the business but also the operation. So what I try to say is my point is kind of a little bit more important than what you just said.
Thank you for your guys' information and ideas that will be shared inside. I have the most of concerning risk in Canada, especially the concern about the competitive market. As we know today in our situation, past of the pandemic, we receive a lot of development in terms of technology and research. In Canada, we just involved in the global competition in world trade, especially between China and America, that affect all of us. So in Canada, we see the competitive in terms of markets such as electric vehicle has become playing important role in the industry. For example, one of famous brand we can take is Tesla, and other brand from China is BYD. These two brands has different material. I mean, the price is quite difficult to term of this situation where Tesla is more expensive than from China BYD, because we know is of the Tesla is from America where the country is cost a lot of money, and the China is producing a low cost material. And according to the Canadian Federation of Independent Businesses, they have stated that competitive rates become one of the topmost concern in Canada, where the local businessmen cannot compete with the gigantic company, especially foreign company from Asia, such as Singapore, Korea, and China. Nevertheless, where most of the company from Canada goes to the bankrupt, where the situation because they cannot compete with the China company.
I'm sorry, but I understand your point being the competitive is the biggest risk, but I agree with you in the technology, and in my point, I have a technology and infrastructure as my one of the operational risks. So yeah, I think I agree with you about the technology. So yeah, that would be one of the biggest, but I believe it would not be the biggest. Yeah.
Thank you for giving your point. However, in my opinion, the market increase is cultural and social is the biggest risk, because in cultural differences, every culture have unique value and custom. For understanding these nuances is vital to avoid the misunderstanding. For example, in Japan, the company needs to adjust market approach, because this could involve using the visual and messaging that aligns with Japanese. And for Canada, culture emphasizes cooperation, tolerance, and respect. And for your information, personal relationship and maintaining a balance between work and private life generally in Canada. And for the social norms are shaped acceptable behavior, because products and marketing that contradict these norms may face rejection.
So the same here is we need to adapt our product to be compatible for Canadian, right? So, but what I do agree with what you said, but I think even though we already like adapt the product, but if the people is not willing to buy it due to the situation of the politics, and also like the growth at that time is not stable, and then people will be like very worried about the future, and they started to keep their money instead of buying stuff, right? So even though we already entered the market, but if we didn't put extra care on the stability of the politics in Canada, I think we wouldn't be able to sell that much.
Okay, in the end, who would vote for Yusuf point, which is competitive market, to be the biggest risk? Who would vote? No vote? How about Ashikin's point, which is cultural and social? Who would vote for the point as the biggest risk? No vote. How about Diana's point, as in political and regulatory? Okay, 3. How about my opinion, my point, operational risk? So 2 vote. So in the end, we agree that we all agree that it is political and regulatory to be the biggest risk to enter the market in Canada. Thank you.